Hello, this is Shreya Sanil on behalf of Group 1, and today we are going to present the construction charter for a 3-story residential building. Here are our group members.
In this presentation, we will talk about all the necessary elements of the project, including the project scope, delivery system, project team, and project details, along with risk assessment and safety plan.
Talking about the project details, we have selected a 3-story residential building located at 203 Jarvis Street, Toronto. The scope of the project involves everything from defining method of delivery system up to establishing safety plans and defining roles of all individuals or contracted personnel involved in the construction process. Project supervisor will ensure effective commencement of work starting with surveys and relevant testing required to continue further planning. Coming to the project vision, on the left you all will see an AI generated picture of the building where the picture was created using 5 main factors. A, that it should be a 3-story residential building. 2, that it should be brick cladded and exposed concrete facade. 3, there should be glass windows with aluminium frame, balconies with glass railings, and an evening view to understand lighting. Coming to the project delivery system, considering the project scope, project scale, and its requirements, approach, and details outlined further in this report, a delivery system of design build is adopted to maximize output from each contracted organization and ensure an efficient and smooth construction process. As shown below, the project teams and hierarchy charts are made to establish a proper delivery system and ensure all parties are aware of their roles. Coming to the design build system, the design build system is a construction method where a single entity is responsible for both the design and construction phases of a project. This streamlined approach fosters collaboration, saves time and cost, and reduces risks for the owner by providing a single point of responsibility. Also, since the owner has no idea about the project, this system ensures fulfillment of all activities with least amount of intervention from the owner. Talking about the project team and the management system, the owner is a Sycamore Group and has appointed Ellis Don as a construction firm. Ellis Don has further got Wayback Architects for the designing and Tatham Engineering Group for the building part on board. The architectural firm has further appointed consultants and advisors for the project, and the engineering team has further appointed civil consultants team for the project. Carrying forward to the details of the project, the core construction material is reinforced concrete. The walling and partitions have a concrete block wall system. The building is finished with cladded bricks while the interior is finished with primer and paint. The project will be completed in 4 major stages. Number 1 being achieving the site grade excavation and construction of the substructure. Second stage will be the core of the building where the columns and slabs will be casted. Third stage will be for walling, windows and doors along with other services. And stage 4 will be for incorporating of all final finishes and getting ready for occupancy.
Hello everyone, my name is Mankaran and I'm going to be talking about the points up ahead in the presentation. So to begin with, I'm going to talk about the project initiation. So once the project has been appointed to the company and once the team has been formulated and the initial conceptual ideas have been formulated, the physical start of the process or the project initiation will be done by conducting site surveys, soil testings, environmental assessments and all of that on site. So site surveying process will include calculation of the grades, the existing grade on the site, the elevations to understand the layout better, to understand the topography and the existing contours on the site. Then the soil testing is also an important part wherein the consultants and the geotechnical engineers etc. will get to know about the bearing capacity of the soil and all of those things. Accordingly, a structural design can be done. And then an environmental assessment is also very important. An environmental assessment basically will help us understand any risks or any issues that may arise in the construction process related to the soil, related to the neighboring areas or any kind of environmental thing that could cause an obstruction in the construction activities. And obviously all of these activities are going to be done under the supervision of a licensed geotechnical engineer or a professional person in this field who has knowledge and expertise about these processes because it is one of the most important processes of the construction phase. Further on, talking about the project consultants, so starting with the engineering team, the key members of the engineering team. The first one being the chief engineer. There's going to be a project engineer a person who will be responsible for the coordination between the project manager of the owner and then the on-site supervisor as well, and he's also going to be the link between the chief engineer and all the activities that are going on site. Then the engineering team comes into place, who will basically be responsible for overseeing the construction activities of the different phases, comprehending the as-built drawings and conveying the same to the personnel on site. And then quantity surveyors and estimators are going to be a very important part as well. They are going to be responsible for the quantity, cost analysis, all the different kind of estimations of materials and all these other things that may be required. Then there are going to be procurement managers as well. So as we all know, it's very important to have a good supply chain and a good source of materials and equipment. So procurement managers are going to be responsible for that. They are going to be responsible for sourcing the materials, the different equipment or machinery that are going to be needed day to day on the site. And then there's going to be the basic project team, the junior most level of the engineering team, where the junior engineers and the engineers are going to be working on the daily tasks of the project. So preparing drawings, comprehending drawings coming from the architect, coordinating with them on different things under the guidance of the project engineer and the chief engineer, and then the admin personnel that are going to be helping out with the other tasks in the office. Talking about the key members of the architects team, so to begin with, obviously the principal architect of the firm. So this person is usually the main architect, the founder or the CEO of the firm, and usually the one responsible for winning the contract for the office. He is going to be the main link between the owner and the architects team, and he is going to be the one coordinating with them. The next person is probably one of the most important people involved in the project, is the project architect. So the project architect is the most responsible person for leading the design process from start to finish, and he's going to be the one who's going to be involved from the beginning up till the very end of the design stage, and even during the execution for site visits, inspections, quality inspections and all of those things. Then below them there are going to be senior architects and junior architects. So these are going to be basically people working on the design, the conception, the working drawings, as-built drawings, any technical drawings or any other thing that may be required from the design part. So they are going to be working on the daily on these things. And then there are going to be the draftsmen or the CAD technicians who are going to be responsible for preparing the construction documents as directed by the junior architects or senior architects or the project architect. And then again, just like the engineering team, the admin personnel who are going to be supporting in the daily activities of the office. So now we're going to talk about the essential trades that are going to be involved in the project from the engineering perspective. Starting with the chief engineer and the project engineer. As discussed before, the chief engineer and project engineer are going to be the two most important people who are going to be overlooking the construction part and the build part of the project. They are going to be making sure that everything is as per compliance and everything is as per regulations, and that everything is built as per structural stability, keeping that in mind. And also they will be one of the main people from the engineering firm who are going to be in contact with the general contractor and other consultants on site. Coming on to the structural consultant and the walling contractor. So these are the people who are going to be responsible for building the shell and the core of the building. The structural consultant will provide consultancy about the structural part, the foundation, the columns, the beams, the slabs, etc. And the walling contractor are specialized. They basically specialize in constructing external and internal walling systems, and they will be responsible to meet the design and the structural requirements in coordination with the general contractor. The next important trades are the servicing consultants. So everything that comes under building services like electrical, plumbing, HVAC, all of these consultants are going to be responsible for designing and implementing and installing the different service aspects of the building, and they are also going to make sure that everything is as per regulations, everything is up to building code, and each of these individual people are going to be responsible for getting the permits and the approvals for their particular field of expertise. Coming on to the next are the masons, the concrete workers, the general laborers and the carpenters on site. So these are going to be the people who are going to be responsible for doing all the daily activities on the site, the daily construction activities that are going to be taking place under the supervision of the engineer and the general contractor. Carpenters are going to specialize, they are specialists of the timber trade, so they are going to be constructing formwork, shuttering doors, etc. And then finally coming on to the painters, the flooring contractors and all of these people who are going to be dealing with the finishes aspect of the project. So painters will deal with the paints and the finish of the walls, and the flooring contractor will be dealing with the finish of the floors as per the design and the building requirements.
Now we will start with the topic roles and responsibilities of the design. In every endeavor we undertake, it's vital to recognize the unique talents and skills brought forth by various experts in construction field. First, we have engineering team, the backbone of our structural integrity. They ensure our designs are not only aesthetically pleasant but also sound, stable, and sustainable. Their meticulous calculation translate our creative visions into feasible standing structures. Moving on to our project manager plays a vital role as the linchpin between design and execution. This role involves overseeing the project timelines, budget, communication, ensuring that everything runs on track and every stakeholder is aligned with the project guidelines and goals. Our senior architects take them help to design phase, navigating the complexities, transforming conceptual ideas into detailed plans. They harness their vast experience to foresee and address potential design challenges before they materialize on site. Supporting them are our junior architects, the dynamic force driving our daily operations. Their fresh perspectives and attention to detail ensure that even the smallest element of projects are executed with precision. Behind every detail and drawing, we have a draughtsman armed with the CAD powers. They meticulously draft the blueprints that guide the construction teams. They draft our language through which our design converse with the builders. Now let's talk on the topic project consultants. Project consultants are the multifaceted expert in our design firm ecosystem. They bring a wealth of specialized knowledge to the table, working hand in glove with the design and architectural teams. Their mainly responsibility is to bridge the gap between the client's vision and the practical execution of the project. By providing expert advice, they ensure that the design meets and all the technical requirements, sustainability standards, and all are under according to the industrial practice. Now let's talk about the two cornerstone roles within architectural practices, the principal architects and the project architects. Let's begin with the principal architect. The pivotal role is often the first through signal or firm's commitment to excellence and innovation. As the winner of the contract, the principal architect is not just our firm representative but also the visionary who sets the standard for what we are about to build. Acting as a primary license for the owner, they navigate the early stages of design shape, the project conceptual detection to ensure that our creative vision aligns with the client's aspirations. Turning to the project architect, this is the professional who becomes the guardian of the design process. Tasked with broad spectrum of responsibilities, the project architect ensures the transaction of conceptual designs into tangible structures. A critical aspect of the job is to supervise the creation of the construction drawings, which forms the blueprint of our endeavors and ensures that every detail is accounted for. Together, these roles embodies the synergy of creativity and practicality. The principal architect sets the stage and the project architect begins the performance to life. It's the partnership that allows us to deliver the projects that are not only visually compelling but also built to the standard test of time. In this slide, we will see the essential roles within our architectural team that contribute to the successful delivery of our projects. First, let's talk about the role of senior architects. These highly skilled professionals operate under the project architect guidelines. Their main responsibility is to develop the overchanging design of our projects. This is not just a creative endeavor, it involves complex problem solving to ensure our design meet clients' needs and comply with the regulatory standards. Senior architects are the heart of the communication, liaising with all the relevant consultants. They coordinate the production of drawings. They will eventually be issued for construction, ensuring accuracy, adherence to our higher standards. Moving on to our junior architects. These are the dynamic forces working directly under the mentorship of both senior and project architects. They engage in daily design activities, honing their skills and bringing fresh perspectives to the project. Junior architects also play a crucial role in coordinating the work closely with technical personnel to prepare the construction drawings. Lastly, let's not overlook the backbone of a design documentation, the draughtsman. As the technically trained professional, draughtsmen have a laser focus on drafting precise construction drawings. Computer-aided design software, they bring architect's vision life in form of detailed plans and sections ready for construction team to act upon. Each of these roles is critical in the life cycle of architectural endeavors. So we should know that the collaboration between senior architects, junior architects, and draughtsmen ensures that the design are not only visionary but also meticulously planned and ready for the real world.
Now coming on to the project coordination part. So we as a team have identified a few essential areas considering the project and the scope of the project that are going to be important in terms of coordination right from the beginning to the end of the project. So to start with, the first point being design coordination. So this is the one of the most initial parts of the project, and also one of the important ones, where the design is going to be coordinated and designed with the inputs of all the relevant people involved. So the project manager, the architect, the chief engineer, and all of those people will have to engage in effective communication and discussions to prepare up-to-date drawings and make sure that the drawings are coordinated up till the very end. The next thing being the schedule coordination. So a schedule is one of the most important things when it comes to the construction phases or the construction aspect of a project. So if everything is done on a schedule, if everything is in compliance with the time, then we can achieve an effective execution of the construction project. So sequential completion of the activities and of the construction phases can prove to be very important for that. So right from the design stage up till the excavation, and then all the different the MEP work, the finishing, occupancy, everything has to be according to a predetermined schedule. Material procurement and delivery is also very important. So like I mentioned before, a good supply chain is very important. So material coming in, going out, and the deliveries etc. need to be coordinated very well, so that the resource allocation can be done in a timely manner. The next point being subcontractor coordination. So like we discussed before, there are going to be a number of coordinators, consultants and subcontractors involved in the project. So it is going to be very important to coordinate their work amongst each other. So the general contractor and the project manager, the project architect, these are the main people who are going to be responsible for the coordination of these different sub trades, and they basically need to make sure that the resource allocation is done in an efficient manner, so that no time is wasted, there is no delay in the construction activities. Quality control and inspection coordination is another important aspect, because the project managers and the chief engineers etc. need to make sure that the quality compliance is being met with, that the standards are being met with, and that regular inspections are being done on site to make sure that everything is up to code and up to regulations. So another, or probably the most important part, is the safety and the safety plan coordination. So like we've been learning this entire semester, that preparing safety plans is a very important aspect in a live project. So it is the duty of the owner, it is the duty of the general contractor, the duty of the manager as well, to follow all the relevant safety protocols and to prepare safety plans and put them up at all locations accessible to the people. And they need to make sure that the labor or the general worker, whoever is there on the site, are educated about all these points, and that relevant occupational health and safety regulations are being followed on site. Stakeholder and client coordination. So stakeholders that are involved, or the clients, or the people who are funding the project, the investors, all of these people are essential part of the project as well. So keeping them up to date with the updates on the site, with the developments on the site, is very important. So it is very essential to establish effective communication with them and to keep them up to date about the construction development. Also, the next point being changes and revisions coordination. So during the construction phase of a project, there are a lot of changes or a lot of change orders that take place, because there is continuous coordination between the different parties involved in a project, and at certain points it happens where they realize that maybe there's a mistake, or some factors have influenced a change within the drawings, or a change in the construction aspect of the project. Hence the changes or the revisions that are being done from either side has to be coordinated well and has to be communicated well to all concerned people, so that there is no delay in the construction, and also so that there is no wastage of resources or material. Next thing is utility coordination. So coordinating with utility providers such as water, gas, electricity, etc. Another all these essential services that are required in the building during occupancy, and even before that during the construction project. So it is important that all of these aspects are covered well, so that there are no delays in the construction process. Also, the last point being environment and regulation compliance. So ensuring that during the construction process all the environmental regulations are being met with, all the permits are being taken, all the approvals are being taken, and all the legal obligations are being met with, because a legal dispute or a legal issue can lead to disruptions in the construction process, can lead to failures in scheduling and all of those things. So it is very important to work as per the regulations.
Good morning everyone. I'm going to discuss about the potential risks that we have identified that could impact our project. But before that, let's see what risk assessment is. It is a systematic process of identifying, analyzing, and evaluating potential risks that could affect the success of a project. It involves assessing the likelihood of these risks occurring and their potential consequences. The goal of risk assessment is to understand and manage risks proactively rather than reacting to them after they have occurred. It involves identification of risk, risk analysis, evaluation of risk, mitigation, and management. We have used these four steps to identify the risks that could affect our own project and given respective solutions for each. During our risk assessment for the project, we have identified several key risks that could potentially impact the timely and safe completion of our construction project. First, there is the safety hazard risk, where failure to adhere to safety measures could increase the risk of accidents or mishaps. Our solution to this is to ensure we employ adequate safety measures and always use proper gear and equipment to maintain a safe working environment. Secondly, the risk of design errors, which can lead to delays, increased costs, and wasted resources. To mitigate this risk, we will conduct thorough checks, revisions, and finalize our design and specifications during the design phase, minimizing the chances of errors. The risk of budget overruns caused by delays, unexpected expenses, and fluctuations in material prices. To address this risk, we will implement proper cost management practices, enforce project schedules to prevent delays, and make effective financial decisions to avoid exceeding our budget. The risk of schedule delays, which can escalate costs and disrupt project flow. To mitigate this risk, we are implementing proper scheduling for all project phases and ensuring systematic compliance with timelines to maintain project momentum and avoid delays. Quality issues pose a significant risk, including defects, poor craftsmanship, or improper execution that could compromise a project's structural integrity. Our solution involves implementing robust quality control measures, conducting timely inspections, and engaging trained professionals to uphold the highest standards of quality throughout the project. Regulatory compliance issues can disrupt our work if not handled properly. This includes non compliance with building codes, regulations, and permit issues. To address this risk, we are focused on obtaining all necessary permits on time, enforcing building codes rigorously, and maintaining regular supervision of labor and contractors to ensure full regulatory compliance and smooth project progress. The risk of contractual disputes, which can arise between involved parties and lead to scope changes, delays, payment holdbacks, and quality issues. To address this risk, we are focusing on proper documentation, conducting due diligence, implementing effective dispute resolution mechanisms, and ensuring a clear understanding of priorities among all stakeholders. Environmental hazards pose a risk that could result in work disruptions, added costs, and damage to the construction site. Our solution involves implementing hazard prevention measures to the best of our ability, minimizing any potential loss of time and money due to environmental factors. Lastly, supply chain issues could disrupt project timelines and add costs if not managed properly. We are addressing this risk by establishing adequate networking, maintaining strong supply relations, and diversifying our suppliers to decrease dependency and mitigate supply chain disruptions. By proactively addressing these key risks with strategic solutions, we are confident in our ability to navigate challenges and ensure the successful and safe completion of our project within the desired timeline and quality standards.
Now we will start with the topic safety plans. Ensuring safety on construction sites. I'll be discussing why robust safety measures are absolutely crucial on a live construction site. Our focus will be on how to practice this protect not just our workforce but also to ensure the overall success of our project. Why safety first? Construction sites are rife with potential hazards from heavy machinery and high elevation to electrical risk and unstable structure. Implementing stringent safety protocols help in mitigating these dangers, significantly reducing the risk of accident and enhancing working safety. Adhering to safety regulation isn't just about compliance, it's about commitment to legal and ethical standards. By following guidelines set by entities such as OSHA, we not only protect our employees but also shield our operations from legal issues and potential fines. The advantages of implementing safety measures extend beyond just compliance. They include reduced workplace accidents and injuries, and initiated productivity through fewer workforce stoppage and minimized property damage. Effective safety measures ensure that all our projects remain on schedule and are not derailed by accidents or regulatory penalties. They contribute to the smooth execution of tasks and ultimately lead to the successful and timely completion of any project. In conclusion, safety on a construction site forms the backbone of our of operational integrity and efficiency. As we move forward, let us renew our commitment to safety, ensuring that we are not only complying with the legal standards but also foster a culture of safety that permeates every aspect of our work. So, moving ahead with the next slide, I'll outline the critical safety measures we have designed specifically for any project. These measures ensure compliance, protect our workforce, and maintain our reputation as responsible constructional leader. First and foremost, our project will adhere to all relevant safety regulations, including the Occupational Health and Safety Act and the Canadian Standard Association standards. Compliance is not just legal obligation; it's our ethical one. We provide comprehensive safety training for all personnel. This includes operation of machinery, hazard identification, and emergency procedures. Our goal is clear: empower every worker to manage their own safety and their colleagues. Personal protective equipment. All workers are required to wear PPE kits at all the times. These kits include hard hats, high visibility clothing, safety goggles, gloves, and steel-toed boots, forming a first line of defense against common construction hazards. Given the height involved in the project, fall protection is paramount. We are implementing guardrails, safety nets, and personal fall arrest system to prevent any fall-related incidents and accidents. Scaffolding will be erected and inspected by trained personnel only. Regular checks will ensure the stability and safety, safeguarding against the collapse and accidents. Prevent unauthorized access we and ensures public safety. We are securing the site with fencing, gates, and clear signage. A secure site is a safe site. Now we will see the topic emergency preparedness. Our emergency response plan is robust, covering evacuation procedures for fire, severe weather, and other critical situations. Every team member knows exactly how to react, which is crucial for effective crisis management. The most important aspects of any site safety is material handling. Proper handling and storage of materials are key to preventing injuries. We training our system to safe lifting techniques and secure storage practices to keep the work site safe and organized. To conclude, these tailored safety methods and designed to address the specific risks associated with our project. Slide, I will build on our safety strategy by covering essential areas that ensure the comprehensive safety environment for our construction project. Let's dive into how we can enhance our safety, fire safety, electrical safety, regular inspections, and promote health and wellness on site. First, to begin with the safety, safety instructions and signboards are to be installed on the required positions on the site. Now we will move ahead with electrical hazards. Electrical hazards pose a serious risk on construction sites. We are committed to having all electrical systems installed and maintained strictly by certified professionals. Additionally, all personnel will receive training on electrical safety practice to prevent risk of electrocution and fire. Fire safety cannot be overstated. We are implementing robust fire prevention strategies, including the installation of fire extinguishers and smoke detectors at strategic locations. Proper storage practices for flammable materials are also in place to significantly minimize fire risk. To preemptively address potential safety issues, we will conduct regular inspection of the site, machinery, and scaffolding. This inspection helps us identify risks early and mitigate them promptly, ensuring a safer working environment for everyone. A healthy worker is a safe worker. Our site will feature accessible first aid kits, hydration stations to prevent dehydration, and clean hygienic restrooms. These facilities are crucial in promoting overall well-being of our workforce and maintaining high productivity rates. In conclusion, by enhancing the electrical fire safety, conducting thorough inspections, and promoting health and wellness, and also by maintaining all the signboards at required places, we don't not just only comply with the safety standards, but are also working towards the create a safer, healthier, and more efficient construction environment. So, with this topic of safety, I am concluding this project management report. Thank you.